I've been a Pokemon fan for as long as I can remember, but somehow I've never played Pokemon Red. At 27 years old, it's finally time to experience the very first Pokemon game ever made. As a dedicated shiny hunter, this adventure is going to be a little different. Shiny Pokemon don't exist in Generation 1, so I will have to experience Kanto without chasing my favorite part of the franchise. This is also my very first video, so I'd really love to hear what you think. If you enjoy it, be sure to let me know in the comments. My goal is to play through every mainline Pokemon game from Generation 1 all the way up to Generation 6, experiencing each journey one game at a time. Now with that said, let's jump right into the game that started it all. Every Pokemon journey begins with a warm welcome from the professor. After his introduction, it's time to choose my name and of course give my rival one too. With that out of the way, I head over to Oak's lab, where the first big decision of the adventure is waiting for me. Instead of choosing myself, I give the wheel spinner a spin, and it lands on Bulbasaur. I name him Vinny, and just as I'm about to leave the lab, my rival challenges me to our very first battle. It's nothing too complicated, but it's the perfect opportunity to see what my new partner is capable of. After a few tackles, the battle is already over, and it's finally time to begin the adventure. With Viridian City behind me, it's time to start building the team. It doesn't take long before a wild Pidgey appears, and after catching it, Joe officially joins the adventure. After a bit of training to get Joe up to level 10, we make our way through Viridian Forest and arrive in Pewter City, where the first real challenge of the journey is waiting. Brock. It's finally time to challenge Brock for my very first gym badge. He's known as the first real obstacle in Pokémon Red. But Vinny makes the battle look way easier than expected. 2 fine whips later, I'm already walking out of Pewter City with the Boulder badge. The battles on Route 3 are paying off, and before long, Vinny evolves into Ivysaur. Around the same time, I finally receive my Ash Cap, so naturally, I have to put it on, feeling a little more like a real Pokemon trainer. The training continues, and it doesn't take long before Joe evolves into a Pidgeotto as well. Before heading into Mountain Moon, a rather suspicious salesman offers me a Magikarp for 500 Pokédollars. It doesn't exactly sound like a great deal, but I want to buy it anyway. Carl officially joins the team, and even though he's completely useless right now, I decide to train him all the way into a Gyarados. Before that happens though, I come across another useful addition to the team. A wild Geodude catches my attention, and after catching him, George officially joins the adventure. With a bit more training under the team's belt, the moment I've been waiting for finally arrives. Carl evolves into a Gyarados. And what started as one of the weakest Pokemon in the game suddenly becomes one of the strongest members of the team. With another badge in sight, it's time to take on Misty. As the leader of the Cerulean City Gym, she specializes in Water-type Pokemon. Normally this could be a tricky battle, but Vinny has a pretty significant type advantage. A couple of Vine Whips are all it takes to send both of Misty's Pokemon packing. And just like that, the Cascade badge is mine. Not long after, my rival shows up once again. This time, his team is starting to look a little stronger. I soften up Pidgeotto with Leech Seed and Poison Powder, and from there Carl takes over, knocking out the rest of his team with ease. I continue my journey towards Route 25, where I meet Bill, a Pokemon researcher who has found himself in a rather unusual situation. After helping him return to normal, Bill rewards me with the SS ticket, giving me access to the SSN, waiting in Vermilion Harbor. While the ship itself doesn't bring many major moments for this adventure, it does bring back a familiar face. My rival appears once again, and apparently one battle wasn't enough. His team is getting stronger with every encounter, but I manage to overcome another challenge. After the battle, I receive Cut, and allowing me to move on to the next challenge, the battle against Lieutenant Surge. None of my team members are able to learn Cut, so I need to find someone new to fill that role. I catch a Mankey and name him Ryan, but unfortunately he can't learn Cut either. With my first attempt failing, I turn to Oddish and name him Eddie. This time, I finally have the Pokemon I need to continue my journey. With Eddie now able to use Cut, I can finally clear the way and head over to the Vermilion City Gym. Inside, I face Lieutenant Surge, the electric type gym leader. Luckily, I have the perfect Pokemon for this battle. George, my ground type Pokemon, completely shuts down Lieutenant Surge's strategy. His electric type attacks have no effect on George, giving me a huge advantage. George completely takes over the battle, and Lieutenant Surge's team doesn't stand a chance. With another gym leader defeated, I earn the Thunder Badge and take another important step forward in my journey through Kanto. Oh yeah, and also he evolves into a Graveler. After earning the Thunder Badge, I receive Flash from one of the professor's assistants. This will become essential for my next challenge, as it allows me to navigate through the dark rock tunnel. With Flash now available, I make my way through the tunnel and eventually arrive in Celadon City. Here I find myself drawn to the game corner, but there's more going on than just a place for entertainment. A Team Rocket grunt is hiding inside, and it's up to me to stop him. And is it just me, or does this guy look familiar? Along the way, Vinny finally reaches final evolution, becoming Venusaur. It doesn't take long before he gets the chance to show off his new strength in a battle against Team Rocket's leader, Giovanni. Giovanni's team puts up little resistance, as Venusaur tears right through them, securing another decisive victory and putting an end to Team Rocket's operation in the game corner. After his defeat, Giovanni drops the Sylph Scope, the key to uncovering the mystery surrounding Lavender Town's Pokémon Tower. But before I put it to use, it's time to take on Erica, the Celadon City gym leader. Going into battle, the plan is simple. I lead with Joe, knowing that his flying type gives me a strong advantage against Erica's grass type Pokemon. Unfortunately, things don't quite go as planned. Since this is my first time playing Pokémon Red, I accidentally challenge Erica before realizing she's actually the gym leader. To make matters worse, Joe is still poisoned from the previous battles. Despite putting up a good fight, he isn't able to finish the job. Luckily, Vinny is ready to step in. Fresh off his evolution into Venusaur, he takes control of the battle and secures another gym badge for the team. Now it's finally time to put the Sylph Scope to use. I make my way through Pokémon Tower in Lavender Town, where I catch a Ghastly and name him Marty, adding another new member to the team, one that will prove to be a valuable addition later on in the journey. Not long after, Joe reaches his final evolution and becomes Pidgeot, giving the team another significant power boost. After making my way to the top of the Pokémon Tower and rescuing Mr. Fuji, he rewards me with the Pokeflute. With it, I can wake the sleeping Snorlax blocking the road and finally continue my journey to Fuchsia City. George proves to be the perfect choice for this battle. Thanks to his ground typing, Koga's poison type Pokemon don't stand much of a chance, allowing George to sweep through the entire gym single-handedly. With another gym badge secured, my journey continues through the Safari Zone, where I obtain Surf. This opens up an entirely new route, allowing me to travel south from Fuchsia City towards Cinnabar Island. Along the way, I make my way through the Seafoam Islands, where I come face to face with the legendary bird Articuno. I do my best to catch it, but my team simply isn't strong enough yet. For now, I decide to leave the legendary bird behind and continue my journey. Eventually, I arrive on Cinnabar Island, where my next objective takes me deep into the abandoned mansion. After searching through the ruined building, I finally discovered the secret key, giving me access to Blaine's gym. With the secret key in hand, it's finally time to challenge Blaine. This battle is the perfect opportunity for Carl to take the spotlight. As a water-type Pokemon, he has a clear advantage against Blaine's fire-type team. Even so, the battle isn't quite as easy as I expect. Rapidash and Arcanine prove to be much tougher than the rest of Blaine's team, surviving Carl's attacks and putting up a respectable fight. In the end, however, Carl gets the job done, earning us another gym badge. With the Volcano badge in the pocket, my next destination is Saffron City. Team Rocket has taken over Silphco and Giovanni is at the center of it all. But before I can confront him, my rival challenges me once again, determined to prove he's still one step ahead. I play it safe by setting up Leech Sheep before using Growth. After that I switch into Joe, who steps in and makes quick work of Execute. When my rival sends out Gyarados, there's only one answer: Carl. The two trade Dragon Rage back and forth, but Carl comes out on top. After winning the Gyarados showdown, Carl continues his rampage and takes down both Alakazam and Charizard with ease, securing the victory. Fighting my way through Silphco eventually brings me to Team Rocket's leader, Giovanni. But with Vinny leading the way, the battle is already over before it even begins. As a reward for saving the Silphco precedent, I receive the Master Ball. With Team Rocket finally dealt with, it's time to head over to the Saffron City gym. And honestly, this might be my least favorite gym in Kanto. The teleport tiles turn this place into a complete maze, and figuring out the correct path is always a challenge for me. Just like in Celadon, I have no idea which trainer is the gym leader. Apparently my strategy of walking around randomly works because I accidentally find Sabrina and start the battle anyway. It starts off rough, as Vinny gets taken down almost immediately by Kadabra. I switch to Carl, who takes care of both Kadabra and Mr. Mime, while Joe handles Venema. Sabrina sends out Alakazam next, and I decide to stay in with Joe. Using Sand Attack, I slowly lower Alakazam's accuracy and create an opening. Once the strategy has done its job, I switch back to Carl, who finishes the battle and earns me a Mars badge. At long last, I arrive at the final gym, where the Earth badge is still waiting to be claimed. Standing in my way one last time is Giovanni, and this battle will decide whether my journey through Kanto can finally move on to the league. And just like that, Carl steals the spotlight. One serve after another is enough to take down every one of Giovanni's Pokémon, and the Earth badge is mine. On my way to the league just west of Viridian City, I run into my rival again, and at this point it should not be a surprise that he wants to battle. This battle does not last long. One by one his Pokémon go down, and before long the road to the league is clear once again. The path to Victory Road is open, and it surprises me with a Moltres encounter I was not expecting. I'm used to seeing it on the Sevi Islands in Fire Red, so finding it here catches me off guard for a second. Then it clicks. This is also where Moltres appears in Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu, something I'd never really paid attention to before. After weakening it, I throw Ultra Balls until it finally stays in the ball. A small detail of the first generation that strikes me here is that you can actually miss throwing your Pokeball. And after catching it, I name him Victor. And now, it's finally time. The moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to step into the Pokémon League. On the way in, I take a quick look at the team and their stats, just to see how far we have come. They have all been trained up a bit, so the team is looking stronger and more than ready for the challenge ahead. Now there's nothing left to do but step inside and take on the league. With my team ready and all 8 gym badges behind me, there's only one thing left to do. The first Elite Four member standing in my way is Lorelei, a master of Ice-type Pokémon. The plan works almost perfectly. Dugong survives the opening attack just long enough for Lorelei to use a Super Potion. But after that, Marty quickly takes control of the battle. Cloyster and Slowbro are both taken out with a single Thunderbolt, while Jinx falls shortly after. Lapras is the only Pokémon that manages to put up a fight. My attempt to put it to sleep with Hypnosis doesn't work, giving it the opportunity to confuse Marty and make things a little more difficult. Even so, Marty holds his ground and single-handedly defeats Lorelei, giving me the perfect start to the Pokémon League. The second member of the Elite Four is Bruno, and this battle turns into a showcase for almost the entire team. Carl opens the fight by effortlessly taking down Onyx with Surf, giving me a strong start. From there, Victor gets his chance to prove himself. The legendary Moltres wastes no time. taking out both Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee with a pair of powerful fly attacks. Bruno's second Onix is no match for Vinny, who knocks it out with a single Razor Leaf. That leaves only Machamp, standing between me and another victory. Joe steps in to finish the job. Machamp proves to be the toughest opponent of the battle, dealing heavy damage with submission. But the recoil from the attack is enough to seal its own fate, securing another victory and sending me one step closer to the champion. Agatha is up next, and once again, Marty is the perfect Pokémon for the job. With both Thunderbolt and Psychic at his disposal, he has an answer for everything on our team. The battle gets off to a great start when Agatha unexpectedly switches her Gengar out for Golbat, allowing Marty to knock it out instantly with Thunderbolt. From there, the momentum never shifts. Her Gengar, Haunter and Arbok all fall to a single Psychic attack. Her final Gengar is the last obstacle standing in my way, but even that doesn't last long. A critical hit from Psychic finishes the battle, giving Marty a flawless sweep and sending me straight to the final member of the Elite Four, Lance, the Dragon-type Master and the final member of the Elite Four. Marty gets things started in the best way possible, instantly knocking out Gyarados with a devastating Thunderbolt. From there, it becomes a team effort. George steps in to deal with the first Dragonair, shrugging off a failed Fissure before finishing it with Earthquake. Carl takes over from here. He knocks out the second Dragonair with Blizzard, survives Aerodactyl's Hyper Beam, and finishes it with Surf. Dragonite is the last Pokémon standing, but one final Blizzard secures the victory. Lance is defeated, and with that, only one battle remains. There he is, my rival. The final obstacle standing between me and the title of Pokémon Champion. Marty gets the battle off to a perfect start, instantly knocking out Pidgeot with Thunderbolt. Alakazam, however, proves to be a much tougher opponent. My first attack barely scratches it, and after Hypnosis unexpectedly fails to work, Marty is overwhelmed by its powerful psychic attacks and faints. Carl steps in to finish off Alakazam before making quick work of Raiden with a single Surf. Executor briefly slows things down when Blizzard misses, but it doesn't take long before Carl lands the second one and knocking it out. That leaves Gyarados, and in a fitting mirror match, Carl takes it down with Thunderbolt. And finally, only Charizard remains. It gets the first move with Rage, but the damage is very minimal. The final Pokémon standing between me and the champion title is washed away by only Surf. And that's it, my first journey through Pokémon Red has officially come to an end. I honestly can't believe it took me until the age of 27 to finally experience the game that started it all. But I'm really glad I did it. Only I rather stick to the games where I can actually hunt for shiny Pokémon, or at least have the chance to randomly encounter one during my adventure, because that's what really gives me a thrill. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Pokémon content, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out, especially since this is just the beginning of my YouTube journey. And with that all said, I wish you the best of luck, and for the shiny hunters out there, happy hunting!